Hi everyone, just a weekly preview here. You probably think I'm going to focus totally on the London Marathon, which happens on Sunday. Today's the 16th, Tuesday the 16th of April 2024, and it is the London Marathon on the 21st, Sunday the 21st. But I've got a few other events I just want to mention before that, because I'm certainly not obsessed with the marathon, and yeah, there's some intriguing competitions going on around the world elsewhere. But before I get to that, there was an announcement yesterday by British Athletics, the Great Run Company, and the London Marathon about a combined, three-party organisation being set up to, I think, try and promote the sport in the UK and put on events and perhaps even go wider than that. And I was listening to a podcast interviews with Hugh Braysher from the London Marathon, Jack Buckner from British Athletics, and Paul Foster from the Great Run Company on a podcast called Anything But the Footy, which explains a little bit more. But I suspect this could be quite a significant move in the sport from UK or British Athletics, whatever you want to call them, because otherwise they were probably facing bankruptcy, and this might be a way out. And probably, or not probably, it could be something that radically changes the sport. I mean, I have seen at club level significant changes and pressures build up over the last 10 years, particularly competitions that have traditionally been very successful have waned a little bit. Requirements on officials, coaches, administrators far greater for nothing. No reward really. It's, for some people it's like a full-time job with no remuneration. It just is unsustainable to get young people to come in and replace those that have voluntarily done many of the jobs in the sport. I might be sort of moving away from the prime reason for this setup, but the sport has got to change, and maybe this is a move that will help. But anyway, we'll get on to the a few of the events going on. First one I'd like to bring the attention to is the first of the Diamond Leagues going on this year, and the first one is in Xiamen, I think you pronounce it, in China. It's 6 to 9 p.m. local time on Saturday, but that is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. UK time, and I've found it. It's on the BBC Red Button Sky Channel 970. Some really good races going on. It's always surprising, even at this time of the year, how many of the world-class athletes turn out. Of the Brits in the distance runnings, Ethan Hussey is the one that's competing. He goes in the men's 800 metres, which is at 5 to 1 Saturday lunchtime UK time, so look out for that. That's the Diamond League. If you Google Diamond League, it goes straight to the Diamond League website. Don't go via World Athletics. It seems you can get list of participants and the timetable and everything there, so that's worth looking at. On Saturday, and I might actually get down to this because it's at Dulwich, which is not too far from where I am. It's the Podium 5K Dulwich, a 3-lap course, some really good runners in there. Perhaps the women's race with Lauren Hayes, Georgie Griak, and 6 sub-16 minute runners in the 5K may look a little bit stronger than the men's. There's a few who have PBs peppering 14 minutes in the men's race. Should be good. Races between 4 and 6. I guess it could be on the Podium 5K Instagram. I think the women go at 4, men at 5. I've seen a couple of timetables, so just keep an eye out on that one. Then we've got Josh Kerr, World 1500 metres champion. He's due to race in the Oregon Relays, which is 8:41 p.m. Saturday in the USA, obviously, which is 20 to 5 on Sunday morning. It's on runner's space, but look out for that result perhaps. It'll be interesting to see how Josh Kerr gets on in his outdoor season opener. In Oregon, and then what else we got? Our British Milers Club meeting. I think it might be the first of the season. Is 800-meter races at Gillingham on Sunday. I might and I hope to get down to that one as well. So look out for results there. No particularly hot, really top standard athletes in it, but no doubt will be competitive. And I hope the weather's all right this time of the year, of course, so people can come out and open with some personal bests. So then we go over to the London Marathon. It's on the BBC, of course, main channel, massive event. Same format as usual, some elite runners going off. The women start at 9 o'clock, the men at 9:40. The masses go off. Loads for charity, lots of spectator interest. I think the women's elite race is the one to really look out for. It's got the world record holder in Tigst Assefa, who's done it 2:11:53. Got Bridget Kosgei, former world record holder, has done 2:14:04. And Ruth Chepngetich, who's done 2:14:18. That's three of the fastest four ever go in the women's race. Only Sifan Hassan from the top four ever is missing. You got Paris Chepchirchir for the Olympic champion, is also in the field, and you've got 10 in total who've run 2:17:30 or quicker. So yeah, the women's race at the elite end is going to be pretty hot, and the impact of that on some of the British women might be significant, because the elite starts go separately at London, and for the women that means a few will be a little way behind, even in the first mile or two, and could be quite a lonely race for a few who are not amongst the ultra elite there. The men's race has 10 who have run sub 2:05, including Temarat Tola, who won in New York, and you've got Bikili, Geramu, Munyao, and Jeffrey Kimura in there. As far as the British is concerned, it might just be worth trying to understand the selection process for the Olympics, because it's not actually a trial for the Olympics, but it's the last opportunity for people to make a mark. Already selected are Phil Sessamon on the men's side, plus Charlotte Purdue and Kelly Thackeray on the women's side. They were selected a few weeks ago, and with 3 spaces available on each, it means 2 left on the men and 1 left on the women. The men's race at London, from a Brit's point of view, is probably more intriguing than the women's, because it's clearer who might be in contention. We've got Emil Caress. Oh, the qualifying, by the way, for the men for the Olympics is 2:08:10, and for the women it's 2:26:50. Now, on the men's side, Emil Caress has already got it at 2:08:07. He's in good nick. He ran 60:01 in Naples, half marathon, in February, and he's probably the one, if you had to put some money on making the Olympic team, you would probably do it. There's Callum Hawkins, who's run 2:08:14. His best. Mohammed ran 2:08:40. Callum, by the way, his last outing was only a 15:12 5K at the podium race in Leicester recently. Mohammed's not competed since, I think, January in the Parliament Hill cross country, where he was 3rd. And then we've got Wayne Gebrselassie, who's done 2:09:50, but he's done nothing since the Scottish Relays in October. And this is the thing with the marathon, very difficult to judge form, but there's a few there that have already established themselves at the marathon from British standpoint on the men's side. Making debuts, probably the one that most people are looking out for is Mark Scott, who's run sub 13 for 5K, and has been quite vocal about the fact that he's making the marathon and the road something that he wants to target. He can't really go on this form. He won the Gloucester half marathon recently in 63:40, but he did a 5K tempo run beforehand. It seemed to be very much a marathon effort. So yeah, that's where he is. And then coming out of the blue, perhaps a little bit, although he's been in the sport a while, back from St Mary's, etc., University, is Paulus Sirafel, who recently ran 61:21 in Belgium in March for the half marathon. So intriguing race there on the men's side. The women's side, as I say, the Olympic qualifying 2:26.50. There's quite a few, but doing research on this is not so easy. I suspect there's a few not on the elite start list who are just in the masses race who could come into contention from the Brit side. On the elite race, we've got Alice Wrights in there, and she ran 74:10 for the Las Vegas half marathon in February. And similarly, we've got Becky Briggs, who's coming back after various injuries, etc., health issues. She ran 74:23 in Bath in March. Both of those have run inside 2:30 before, so look out for them. But as I say, there's quite a few who could pick up that final spot for the Olympics. Those that are actually inside the qualifying time are Rose Harvey. She's not raced since she did it in Chicago. We've got Clara Evans, who ran 70:11 Berlin half marathon recently, so showing some form. Lily Partridge ran 71:58 Lisbon half marathon in March. And Sam Harrison, who's been out for quite a while and only just getting back to training, so I think she's probably out of contention for Olympic selection. But yeah, I must admit, I'm scratching my head, well, literally scratching my head. I'm not quite sure how that's all going to pan out as far as the British women are concerned in the marathon. But yeah, the app is up. I've done a little bit of checking, so because you can track all the results and athletes you're interested in on the TCS London Marathon app. Doesn't enable you to put club names in and get the names up. Maybe that'll happen after registrations have been completed later in the week. I don't know. But as I say, it seems to me when I put some names up, some good women are entered in the masses rather than under the elite race. So, yeah, it will be. I might have got it wrong, but that's just me as a layman looking at it, or no more than a layman because I'm quite interested in the sport. But yeah, that's me looking at it. But intriguing. Look out for some surprises, I suspect. Could be somebody pops that 2:26.50 on the women's side from Great Britain who might creep in and nab the Olympic spot at almost the last minute. But weather looks hopeful, not too hot, with a bit of luck. And let's hope for some good British performances at the London Marathon. Enjoy the week.